So, today the Blackout beta dropped for Call of Duty Black Ops 4, their Battle Royale mode, and honestly I have to say I am very, very impressed with it. Now, would I be switching to this rather than Fortnite? Probably not, but I probably won't be playing Fortnite as much either, because I'll be playing this when it eventually does come out. So today I want to talk about things that I personally enjoy about the beta, things I think are actually good, and things I think could be improved just a little bit. Now I'm going to be talking about the PC version. I played a bit of the PlayStation 4 as well for the beta a few days before, but I thought it was good on there, and I definitely had a lot of hopes and a lot of expectation for the PC version, considering that Treyarch are building the game from the ground for PC. Definitely going to be interesting to see what the final build of the game is like, but at the moment, at this moment in time, I have to say I am very, very impressed with what they have done so far. So, what do I like about the Blackout mode? You know, what thing did I expect, and what things definitely blew me away in comparison to what I probably thought was just going to be just a mere shell of a Battle Royale game. So I have to say, for a start, the map honestly is amazing. For what it is, this is the biggest map that has ever been made in Call of Duty history, and I was coming into this expecting quite a lot of server issues, especially with the size of the map and the amount it has to generate. I was expecting a lot of performance issues, definitely when you're spawning in on the island, and especially when you're just moving around the world as well. I was expecting quite a lot of performance hits, but to my surprise, the game ran incredibly well. Yes, I had to put a lot of my settings on low to medium, but the game still ran above 60 FPS for the most time. So far I haven't experienced any stuttering, being on the PlayStation 4 and the PC version, which I played today. And honestly, it was a very pleasant experience. I have to say, the map layout is good. I do like how they've incorporated stuff from Call of Duty games, especially the Treyarch games, so like Nuketown, Raid, Turbine, all these iconic places throughout the Black Ops games into this Battle Royale game. It definitely makes you feel like if you played the previous games and you know these maps, and the second you get into one of these little locations on the map, whether that be Asylum, which is Verrucht, or if you go to Estate, which is Raid, the second you start walking around there and you realise where you are in that area, and you realise what map it actually is, you'll have no problem traversing the landscape and actually going from building to building, because you'll know what the maps are. And I do like that, how they brought in old maps, little parts of the maps, and I've just put them all into one Battle Royale map, because it makes people out there who played previous Black Ops games just know where they are, and it makes it easier for them just to traverse and build in the building. And honestly, I do like that, because it's familiar and it's not having to learn an entire new map, all new locations. But yeah, that's one of the reasons, that's one of the things that I do like about the Blackout mode. It's, it incorporates stuff that we already know, and it just spins on its head and just drops into a whole new game mode. So I'd say another thing that I do like is the vehicles. Now, I have to say, just to point out there, the vehicles in this mode, they are just extremely quick. The quad bikes, I have to say, I feel like they could be slowed down just a little bit, because I do find it quite hard to control, especially if you're on PC and you use your mouse to turn left and to turn right. I definitely find it's a very, very quick, just a general acceleration of the vehicles. Never mind having to turn both your mouse. Now granted, you can change it to be on your keyboard, so to have A and D to move left, or to turn left and right, but I prefer having my mouse for moving, turning left and right, and then having my keyboard just to accelerate. So I do have to say the vehicles are very quick. I haven't drove one of the trucks yet, so I'm not too sure about that, but I'd imagine they still be fairly quick. But I have to say the quad bikes and the helicopters definitely do feel very fast, and yeah, that's what I have to say about them. They're good. If you find one, definitely give it a try. I'm sure you'll have a good time in one of them. Another thing that I feel could be changed, and this is for the console version specifically. The PC version seems to be okay for the most part, but I have to say the looting system, when you kill an enemy and they're looting a backpack on the ground, when you click on it, especially on the console version, it's very awkward to traverse around it and find what you want. I definitely feel like it could be changed. Maybe using like the menu interface, like on the main menu, when you move, when you use like this little cursor to move around the main menu. If you could use something like that in like a tab, like in the inventory, like when you're looting, I feel like that could be a much better way to loot because you can see everything that they have. Like on the PC version, you can see everything that they have in their backpack, but on the console version, it's like one little image. Like basically, what you can see is like one item like on the like in their inventory, and you have to keep like manually like clicking across to find what they have, to like see what they have. But yeah, I felt that's something that they could change maybe for the full release of the game. I mean, they've still got another month to go, so hopefully they can get like a lot of feedback from the community, and they can make some changes and just make things a bit easier for looting, I'd say, because that's definitely going to help like speed the game up a little bit. Because I noticed that on the console it took me a while to actually loot, and there were times when I was looting and I unfortunately got shot because I was spending so much time trying to like look through what the enemy had. But yeah, just something I thought I'd bring out, like point out, because I feel like it can be improved upon. So yeah, that's it for the looting, I'd say. Another thing I do honestly say I have to like is honestly just how well the game is optimized. Like on the consoles, I didn't encounter personally any stuttering or any like noticeable FPS drops. Console, at least on the PS4, now I'm running on a base PlayStation 4. I haven't got the PlayStation Pro because I don't really see the need to upgrade because I don't play my consoles as much personally. But I have to say, on the base model for the PlayStation 4, it ran extremely well. I'd probably say a consistent 45 to 60 FPS, I'd say. It's quite hard to tell without like getting like an FPS counter or whatever, but I feel like it was running in between there at a constant frame rate, so that was nice. On PC, on the other hand, when it like auto detected my graphics card, it put stuff to medium and to high. Now I could run it to probably about 40 to 55 FPS most times, sometimes above 60 depending on where I was in the map. But for the most part, it was very stuttery and a lot of like FPS drops depending on where I was in the world. Especially in gunfire, so when I would aim down sights, I would often lose a lot of FPS. So when I put the game into low and very low and turn off all the shadows, dynamic shadows, anti-aliasing, all this other stuff, I was getting above probably 65 to 75 FPS, maybe around that average at a constant like rate. Max I think it went to is probably 83, and lowest was like 52, so definitely decently well optimized, but I feel like it could be a bit more improved in terms of like not old hardware, but like mid-range hardware. But I will be upgrading my PC soon, as I mentioned in my last video, so hopefully I shouldn't have that issue by the time the game comes out. But I probably won't get this game the second it comes out. I probably will wait, probably just maybe Black Friday sales or maybe Christmas, just depends really. But yeah, that's what I like about, that's what I think about the optimization. But I do feel like Blackout as a whole, it is a good game mode, but I don't feel like it's going to be the Fortnite killer like people are going to be like claiming it to be. Fortnite is an incredibly huge game and it's garnered millions upon millions of players. Blackout, if it wants to compete in this battle royale genre, against Fortnite, PlayerUnknown's, even H1Z1, God forbid, that game is definitely gone. In terms of player base, so Black Ops 4 Battle and Blackout definitely can be one of the games that people go to instead of Fortnite, because a lot of people seem to try and like move away from Fortnite and find different games. So hopefully Blackout can be that reach for people who don't want to keep playing Fortnite, who do want to keep playing Fortnite, but just want to try something different. Like I don't really tend to stick to one battle royale game for long periods of time. Like I do bounce around from Fortnite to PlayerUnknown Battleground. I don't play H1 because I just don't personally find it enjoyable, but Blackout is definitely going to be one of the ones I'm going to be keeping my eye on, and definitely once it comes out. I'm not going to play it when it comes out, I'm not going to get the game when it comes out as I mentioned earlier, but I am definitely going to be seeing how it performs upon release, seeing what's been changed, and whether or not I feel like it's worth jumping back into and spending the money on. But I probably will get the game later on for the zombies, so I probably will end up just trying the battle royale out again sometime in the future and see how it performs, how it does well, and what they've changed. But yeah, that's gonna do it, guys, for my little Blackout like overview, I guess. If you guys have any thoughts about the Blackout beta, definitely make sure to leave a comment down below. Let's have a little discussion down there, and yeah, let's try and see if we can figure out some ways which we can improve like Blackout and make it the best battle royale experience that we can get, what things that we liked, and you know, what things we want to have kept for the final release. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, it would help me out a ton. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe because you will not miss any of my new content. And yeah, that's been it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoying the Blackout beta, and yeah, have a good day.